Welcome to Daily Stoic Practice, your compass to navigate the complexities of modern life with ancient wisdom. Have you ever stopped, even for just a moment, to ask yourself, how can I truly understand someone? Not by the fancy words they say, nor the polished image they try to project, but by what they do when they think no one is watching. It might sound simple, but it's in the smallest, unnoticed moments that a person's true character is reflected. And here's the fascinating part. To uncover this, you don't need to be a skilled psychologist or spend years studying them. Today, we're opening a door to the world of Stoic philosophy, a treasure trove of wisdom passed down through the ages. These lessons, though thousands of years old, are just as relevant now. With only 5 key observations, you'll gain the tools to see not only through others, but also into yourself. Think about it. A glance, a gesture, the way someone reacts when life puts them in a tight spot. These are the moments that tell the real story of who they are. This understanding will not only help you recognize who deserves a place in your life, but also become a powerful tool to refine your own character. So, get ready. This video isn't just another list of tips. It's a journey, a deep dive into understanding people, yourself, and how the smallest actions can make the biggest difference in life. The first sign. Have you ever heard the saying, time is money? I think it's more than that. Time isn't just money, it's life itself. You can lose money and earn it back, but time, once it's gone, never returns. Yet strangely, we often treat it carelessly, as if it's endless. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once warned, "We guard our money carefully, but waste our time without a second thought." Have you ever noticed how someone manages their time? Because that reveals a lot about who they truly are. Let's start with something simple. Punctuality. Someone who's consistently late, not just for big events, but for small meetings or casual get-togethers, sends a silent message. My time is more important than yours. And over time, this erodes trust. I once worked with a colleague who always arrived 5 minutes early for every meeting, no matter who it was with. Curious, I asked why she was so particular about it. She smiled and said, "Everyone's time is equally valuable. I don't want to waste anyone's." A simple answer, but one that spoke volumes. It wasn't just about professionalism. It showed her deep respect for those around her. But respecting time isn't just about being punctual. It's also about keeping promises. Think about someone you know who often breaks their commitments. How much do you trust them now? Broken promises don't just waste time, they chip away at trust. Epictetus said, "When you make a promise, be sure you intend to keep it." This applies not only to grand gestures, but also to the small, everyday commitments, calling someone back when you said you would, finishing a task when you said you'd complete it. So why is a person's relationship with time so important? Because how you treat time reflects how you treat life, yours and others. I once read about a successful entrepreneur who scheduled one-on-one meetings with all his employees each month, regardless of their position. One day, he arrived 15 minutes late due to traffic. As soon as he entered, he apologized sincerely and said, "Your time is just as valuable as mine." That small act of humility spoke volumes. It wasn't just an apology, it was an acknowledgement that time is a fair and finite resource for everyone, no matter who they are. So, what about you? Think about how you spend your time every day. Do you honor your schedule? Do you procrastinate or let unnecessary habits steal away your precious hours? Most importantly, do you make others wait because of your carelessness? The way we respect time reflects how we build relationships with others. A person who values time is a person you can trust. They're the kind of person who, when they say, "I'll do it," you can count on them to follow through. But it's not just about relationships. The way you manage your time also reflects the value you place on yourself. Are you letting unimportant distractions drain your time? Are you scrolling on social media for hours, only to wonder at the end of the day, what did I actually accomplish today? Remember, time waits for no one. Every passing minute is a piece of your life slipping away. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Don't act as if you'll live forever. Time is the only thing you truly own, and one day it will run out." Start with small changes. Be on time for your commitments. Keep your promises, no matter how small. Respect other people's time and expect them to do the same for you. Because when you learn to manage your time effectively, you don't just create a more organized life, you become someone others admire and trust. And that ultimately is what defines true character. Now for the second sign. Have you noticed how much you can learn about someone from their smallest interactions? Not how they treat their boss or someone they want to impress, but how they treat people who seemingly have nothing to offer them. Think about this. What does it say about someone when they're kind and polite to a waiter, or when they go out of their way to help a stranger on the street? These fleeting moments reveal the truth behind the polished exterior. Seneca once taught, "Treat those beneath you the way you'd want to be treated by those above you." It's not just advice, it's a litmus test for character, both simple and incredibly effective. I'll share a story. One day, I was at a bustling cafe. A well-dressed businessman was on an important phone call, focused and intense. Suddenly, an elderly janitor accidentally knocked over his table, spilling water everywhere. I thought, this won't end well. But what happened next surprised me. The man immediately paused his call, smiled at the janitor, and said, "It's okay. Let me help." He bent down to pick up the fallen items and even reassured the janitor, saying, "It's been a long day, hasn't it?" In that brief moment, I saw his true character, not just as a professional, but as a human being. That small act said more about him than any resume ever could. You see, it's easy to pretend to be kind to those in power. It's easy to be polite when you're being watched. But the way you treat someone who has nothing to offer you, that's where the truth lies. So how about you? Think back to the last time you interacted with someone outside to show your social circle, a delivery driver, a cashier, or a cleaner. How did you treat them? Did you acknowledge their humanity, or did you look right past them? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Be good to others, not because of who they are, but because of who you are." This isn't just about others, it's a mirror for yourself. The next time you encounter someone who needs kindness, remember, small actions can create a ripple effect far beyond what you see. Even a simple smile, a thank you, or a moment of patience can change someone's day and show you the person you truly are. The next sign will reveal another interesting aspect about people, how they react to the little inconveniences in life. Join me in exploring. That's the third sign. Have you ever found yourself in an unexpected situation that tested your patience? Maybe your order was wrong, your flight was delayed, or your phone battery died when you needed it most. These little annoyances might seem trivial, but how we react to them says a lot about who we are. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, taught us this profound truth. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. His words don't just apply to life's major challenges, but to the everyday moments when we're caught off guard and act on instinct. Imagine this. You're at your favorite cafe, tired from a long day, eagerly waiting for your latte. But instead, you're handed a cappuccino. What do? Do you frown, complain to the staff, or smile and say, "That's okay, maybe next time"? I once witnessed two people handle the exact same situation, a flight delay. The first person was visibly upset, pacing back and forth, blaming the airline staff. The second person calmly took out a book, called their family to inform them of the delay, and waited patiently. Their responses were worlds apart, and I think you can guess which one left a better impression. Why are these small inconveniences so revealing? Because they're unexpected. They catch us off guard, leaving no time to prepare or perform. Instead, they expose what I like to call our default settings, our raw, unfiltered reactions. Here's another example. A couple dining at a fancy restaurant. When the man's steak arrived slightly overcooked, he didn't complain or demand a replacement. Instead, he simply told the waiter, "Everything else is great. Thank you." He focused on enjoying the moment with his partner, rather than letting a minor issue ruin their evening. These moments show a deeper truth. People who handle inconveniences gracefully understand what truly matters. They don't sweat the small stuff, and they don't let fleeting annoyances overshadow what's important. Now think about the last time something small went wrong in your day. Did you let frustration take over? Or did you find a way to handle it calmly? Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Minor inconveniences don't have the power to harm you unless you give them that power. Consider something as common as traffic. Some people play their favorite music, hum along, or enjoy a moment of peace. Others pound the steering wheel, curse the cars ahead, and fume as if that will magically clear the road. These reactions don't just reveal how someone feels about traffic, they reflect how they approach life. Do they allow external factors to disrupt their inner peace? Or do they choose to remain steady? Now, I'm not saying you need to be perfectly calm all the time. We're all human, and moments of frustration are natural. But the difference lies in how you recognize and manage those emotions. Each inconvenience is an opportunity, a chance to build patience, resilience, and grace. Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything that happens is an opportunity for you to train yourself." The small challenges we face daily are like exercises for the soul, strengthening our ability to stay composed under pressure. So next time something doesn't go your way, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, does this really matter? Is it worth my peace? The answer is almost always no. By learning to handle minor inconveniences gracefully, you not only make your own life easier, but also create a ripple effect of calm for those around you. People will see your steadiness and feel inspired by it. Remember, the little things often reveal the biggest truths. Don't underestimate their significance. The next sign. Have you ever wondered, who am I when no one else is around? Not the person you present to others, not the image you curate on social media, but the real you. In those private moments, people often say, true character is revealed when no one is watching. And that statement holds more truth than you might realize. Picture this. You're at the grocery store on a rainy day. After unloading your bags into your car, you notice the shopping cart return area is far away. Do you take the extra effort to put the cart back? Or do you leave it where it is, thinking, no one will notice anyway? We often judge others by their grand actions, but true character lies in the small, unnoticed moments. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, taught, live according to reason and nature, whether anyone is watching or not. This isn't a lofty ideal. It's a reminder that your true worth isn't defined by applause, but by how you act when no one is there to give it. Let me share another example. You're walking through a park and see a piece of litter on the ground. No one's around. Do you pick it up or do you pass by, thinking it's not your responsibility? These seemingly insignificant moments define who we are. It's not about what we say, but what we do, especially when no one is looking. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What we do now echoes in eternity." He wasn't just referring to great deeds, but to the everyday choices that shape our character. I remember a story about a young boy in a supermarket. He accidentally knocked over a bottle of juice. No one saw it happen, and he could have easily walked away. Instead, he found a store employee, asked for a towel, and cleaned up the mess himself. That small act spoke volumes. Character doesn't need witnesses. It's about staying true to your values, even when no one is watching. Now, think about yourself. What do you do when no one is looking? Do you return excess change when a cashier gives you too much? Do you put in your best effort at work, even when you know no one's paying attention? These small, unseen choices are the truest measure of who you are. Epictetus said, "Never do anything that you would be ashamed of if caught." Why? Because while you might hide your actions from others, you can never hide them from yourself. So start small. Pick up that piece of trash. Follow through on the promises you make to yourself, no matter how minor. These small actions build integrity and trust, not just with others, but with yourself. Remember, everything you do, big or small, shapes your character. And character isn't something you wear when convenient. It's forged in the thousands of small decisions you make every single day. Imagine if someone were to observe you in your most private moments. What would they see? Would they see a person of integrity, kindness, and consistency? Or would they see someone whose actions depend on whether or not they're being watched? This isn't about judgment, it's about reflection. Because in the end, we don't live to impress others. We live to become the best version of ourselves. So live with consistency between your words and your actions, whether anyone sees it or not. True character isn't about what others think of you. It's about who you know yourself to be. And here is the final sign. Have you ever heard the saying, "Power doesn't corrupt, it reveals"? This might be one of the most accurate observations about human nature. Think about this. Every one of us, at some point, has moments when we hold power. It might be leading a project, being a team captain, or simply knowing something others don't. These moments, big or small, are windows into our true selves. Epictetus taught, people are not disturbed by events, but by the views they take of them. Similarly, power doesn't change who you are. It reveals how you see yourself and how you treat others. I want to share a story. I once worked with a newly promoted manager. Instead of immediately issuing directives, he spent his first week meeting individually with every team member. He listened to their struggles, asked about their goals, and found ways to support them. He didn't use his newfound authority to assert dominance. He used it to build a stronger, more united team. That's the mark of someone who understands power isn't about control, it's about service. A true leader lifts others, not themselves. But unfortunately, not everyone sees it this way. We've all encountered people who, with just a little bit of power, become unbearable. Maybe it's a team leader who refuses to listen, a friend who uses private information to manipulate others, or even a teacher who hands out unfair punishments just to assert authority. These behaviors don't reflect strength, they reflect insecurity. People who misuse power are often masking deep doubts about their own worth. Marcus Aurelius once said, "True strength lies in being calm and in control of yourself." Power isn't about proving you're the smartest or most capable person in the room. It's about creating an environment where everyone in the room has the chance to thrive. Let me share another story, this time about a friend of mine who works in healthcare. After years of hard work, she was promoted to lead a team of nurses. One of her first acts as a leader was organizing a meeting where everyone could voice their concerns and challenges. But she didn't just listen, she took immediate action on even the smallest issues. When I asked her why she took this approach, she said, "Power comes with responsibility. If I'm not helping them, then why do I even have this role?" Her response stayed with me. So what about you? When you hold power, whether it's a formal position or simply the influence you have in a situation? How do you use it? Do you lift others up, or do you use it to control? Think about your day-to-day life. Maybe you have the opportunity to guide someone, offer advice, or make a decision that affects others. Do you use that moment to show off, or do you use it to help? Those who use power wisely understand this. True character isn't about what you achieve, it's about what you help others achieve. But mastering this takes practice. You have to learn to see power as a tool, not a badge. Every day, ask yourself, what is this power for? How can I use it to make things better for someone else? And remember, power, whether large or small, always comes with responsibility. When you're in a position of power, you're not just making choices for yourself. You're impacting the lives of others. Epictetus reminded us, if you control yourself, you can control anything else. This applies to power too. Only when you've mastered your ego, your pride, and your temptations can you use power the way it's meant to be used. So, the next time you're given a responsibility, ask yourself, what kind of leader do I want to be? How do I want people to feel under my guidance? The answers to these questions will not only help you become a better leader, they'll help you understand yourself on a deeper level. Remember, power doesn't ruin people. It simply reveals who they already are. And for you, what will it reveal? And so, we've explored 5 powerful signs that reveal a person's true character. But the most important takeaway isn't just about observing others, it's about looking inward. Because these signs are a mirror, reflecting who you are. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good person should be, just be one." So ask yourself, how do you treat people who can't benefit you? How do you react to small annoyances? Do you respect time and honor commitments? What do you do when no one is watching? How do you handle power, no matter how big or small it is? The answers to these questions shape not just how others see you, but who you truly are. Now imagine someone observing you for an entire day, not just in public, but in private moments too. What would they see? A person who acts with kindness, integrity, and consistency? Or someone whose actions change depending on whether or not they're being watched? Here's the best part. It's okay if you're not perfect. None of us are. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be willing to accept that you still have much to learn. Start small. Smile at someone who serves you coffee. Thank the person who holds the door for you. When something goes wrong, take a deep breath and choose to stay calm. When you make a promise, keep it even if it's just to yourself. Here's a challenge for you. Pick one of these 5 signs that you feel you need to work on the most. Focus on it every day for a week. Just 1 week. You'll be amazed at how small, intentional changes can transform not only your character, but also the way others see you. Remember, a better life doesn't just happen. It starts with small, deliberate actions that come from you. Right now, you have the choice to live better, be kinder, and grow stronger. Seneca once said, "I will never hesitate to borrow words from someone else, as long as they are useful." So, let these lessons guide you. Don't just listen, take action. Be the best version of yourself, and let that goodness ripple out to those around you. Each day is a new opportunity to live better than the day before. And I know you can do it. If this resonates with you, please like and subscribe to Daily Stoic Practice and share your insights in the comments. Your thoughts may inspire others on their own journeys to inner peace and resilience. Don't miss our daily videos, insightful discussions, and practical tips for applying Stoic principles to your modern life.